Hey guys, welcome back to Aim for Freedom. What do we have here on the table today? The Glock 41 Gen 4. There it is, the Glock 41 Gen 4. We were down in Bridgeville the other day at Federal Firearms talking to Justin, thinking about what we could review next. We did the FNX 45 and there it was, the Glock 41 Gen 4. And this one's a little bit different. Okay, it has the M.O.S, which is the modular optics system. You can see there on the top. Let's take a closer look. There it is on the top of the slide. So the M.O.S stands for modular optics system, and it gives you this little plate here that's cut out into the slide where you can put on your reflex sight. So that's going to match it up nicely against the way we were shooting the FNX with the reflex sight. So they're both 45, and the Glock is a close competitor there to the FNX. The Glock holds 13 rounds, the FNX holds 15. The Glock's a little bit longer. The FNX is a little bit shorter from here to here. The FNX is taller from here to here. So the FNX squeezes in a few extra rounds. Okay, so let's look at the Glock package that you get here. You get 3 mags in here. Okay, you get these back straps you can put on. If you have a little bit bigger hand size and you want a little bit wider of a grip, you can slap the back strap right on there, the Gen 4. That's the nice thing about it. And you can beef up that grip on there. Okay, and if you go down and see Justin down there at Federal Firearms, he can hook you up with this. Zev makes all kind of good accessories for the Glock, and Justin slapped in there a spring kit to lighten up the trigger pull on this thing. So it's pulling real nice. It's probably right around 3 pounds or under, and you know, that thing was like 25 bucks, and it's gonna make a huge difference in target shooting this gun. I can tell already. So alright, so let's run through some comparisons on these real quick as far as ergonomics go. Weight wise, you would think the Glock would be a lot lighter. The FNX is 33.3 ounces and the Glock comes in at 27 ounces. So you don't have a huge difference there weight wise. Okay, the overall length is probably the biggest difference in these guns. Your Glock's going to run about an inch longer. The FNX is 7.9 inches and the Glock is 8.9. So that gives you an idea right there of the length difference. Now the FNX looks a little longer on the camera because of the threaded barrel. But you put a threaded barrel in on the Glock, which I wanted to mention is about $100 or so, and you know, it's gonna come out that extra inch longer. So the barrel length on these guns is actually the same, which is pretty funny that the barrel length is the same, because you know, the Glock's coming in about an inch longer. I can show you that real quick. Okay, let's examine these barrels here. So you can see they're about the same length. That's because of the threads on the FNX barrel. So if you get the threaded barrel there on the Glock, it's probably going to come out about an inch longer. See if I can give you a look down the barrels there. So you've got your Glock there on the right. And the FNX is on your left. Okay. Alright, so that's a look at the barrels. Here's the slides side by side. Put these back together here. And that's all there is to it. Okay, so moving along here, that takes care of the length. Okay, so between the sights, you got a little bit longer of a sight radius on your iron sights there. On the Glock is about 1 inch longer, so you got about 6 inches on the FNX between the sights. On the Glock, you got 7.56. So to competition shooters that are running the iron sights, you can see you got that extra inch there. That can make a big difference on accuracy. Okay, so height-wise, they come in a little bit different as well. That's your extra 2 rounds. So that's a decision that you got to make. If you're going to carry one of these things, you know, the FNX, you got a little bit extra height. It's going to print a little bit more there on the handle. Versus the Glock. So, you know, the Glock, you get 2 less rounds, but you got a smaller handle. So it's going to conceal a little better. It's going to carry a little more comfortable. See, that gives you, you got that extra. Got about an extra inch or so on the bottom there. The FNX. Probably less than 1 inch. Probably about, I'd say, a ½ inch. The height on the website for the Glock is listed at 5.47. The FNX doesn't give you the height, but I would say it's probably, I measured it to be about 6.2. So it's less than 1 inch difference, but you know, you're getting 2 extra rounds on the FNX. So decision you got to make there. That's a tough call. So we'll give you a look at the magazines side by side. Okay, so there's a good look at your 2 magazines side by side. Pretty much as close as I can get them. Kind of amazing that FNH squeezed in the 2 extra rounds. It's not a huge difference there. It's kind of that plate there at the bottom that's making the FNX a little bit longer there. So let me try to give you a better idea of lengthwise. And we'll put these guns in the holsters to show you how they're carrying side by side comparison too. So there's a comparison on lengthwise. Okay, so that pretty much wraps it up for the Glock package. You don't get the nice case, but you get a plastic case. You don't really get the carrying case that FNH gives you. You get a patch rod and a little cleaning brush. And yeah, this doesn't come with it. You gotta ask Justin down at Feral Firearms for that little deal there. It's worth noting the difference on the features on these 2 guns as well. The FNX comes loaded with features. You got your decocker lever here with the safety, so you can decock it. We talked about all this in the FNX video, so if you want a detailed description of that, you can check the link in the description below. The FNX video goes over all that in detail, but you have that option to do a lot of different variations with safety and this trigger, which is really neat with the decocker and the safety on. You know, you have to go that extra mile if you're carrying this gun and you want to pull the trigger. You got to mean it. You're going to have to flip this down, and you're going to have to pull that trigger all the way back and shoot that round. So that's definitely an added feature in there. If you're looking for that sort of thing, the FNX takes the cake on that. So that's something to be considered. Your Glock is just your basic pistol with a single action trigger, striker fired. And you know, these things they're known for their reliability. So you know, and a lot of law enforcement, military go with these guns. So they're going with them for a reason. They're just straightforward, basic, reliable pistol. If you want to pull the trigger, it's got a safety in the trigger. You're just boom, single action, putting another round in the chamber, and firing. It doesn't have an extra safety on it or anything like that. It's got the mag release right there, and that's pretty much it. So as far as features go, the FNX is going to win on that one. If you're into that kind of thing, that's the direction you're going to point in. So just figured that was worth noting as well. Okay, so I wanted to mention in this package also, you're getting the lock, of course, that you get pretty much with every gun that you buy, and the M.O.S version comes with these M.O.S adapter set. So those are the plates that will screw in. You're going to take these two screws out. That plate comes off. This one of these goes on, and you match that up with whatever reflex sight that you want to put on there. So so that pretty much wraps it up for the tabletop comparison on these two guns and their ergonomics. They're pretty close. So that's why we thought this would be good to take this out to the range, do some head-to-head comparisons, head-to-head shooting, time trials, all that kind of fun stuff coming up. So stay tuned, and we will put that link in the description below, the shooting of the Glock 41 versus the FNX. I hope you guys enjoyed this part of the review. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching. As always, guys, aim for freedom.